we're fired up, obviously, with the win last week. I thought our guys played really well. You know, you got the same guys stepping up, and others are joining them now. We continue to do a tremendous job of taking the football away, and you know, the big thing that, you know, walking away from leaving the parking lot, the fans were incredible. I mean, they were the 12th guy definitely for us defensively, and you know, when you got 80,000 people like that and cheering for you, it was an awesome experience for everybody involved. With that, I'll open up with questions.
What can you put your finger on with the turnovers of why they're coming so many?
If I could, Jordan, if I could do that, we'd have a crap ton of them. I try to clean that up of takeaways every year. I think it's you know, guys taking advantage of the situations. They're becoming better finishers at the football, and you see everybody else, you know, like X has punched the ball out. You know, we've talked about Bobby, you know, punching the ball out. Now you have Flott in the Washington game punching the ball out, you know, right at the right time, and things like that you know, that we're doing more often and having opportunities to do more often. And the interceptions, they've been good plays, and the guys are studying, communicating so much better the last month, and it's been fun to watch.
What do you attribute McKinney's play over the last month? Because it seems like it's not that he was a bad football player, but he's raised his game to a point where I'm not sure he's ever played at this level.
Well, I think that it's, you know, he wants to win. He said that, I want to win. And I think that he's taking the steps and what he thinks he needs to do to help us win. I mean, he's communicating better, we're communicating better, and he's really enjoying the process of the game prep. You know, we talk out on the field. You know, I always tell him, you know, here's what I'm thinking, like in a walkthrough and stuff like that, and try to get him to play the game. And, you know, he's enjoying that. He and Bobby Okereke, they love doing that. So, and we're going to need him this week, because this offense we're getting ready to face it's a beast. It's tough because, you know, it's a regular pro offense with really good skill players, starting with their quarterback, you know, then the receivers and Alvin at running back, and then you bring Seven into the game, and it's a completely different animal. You know, so it's almost a different game plan, if you will. There's sometimes it is, sometimes it's not. You know, excuse me. But it's going to be a great challenge.
You obviously had Dexter on a pitch count last week. Did it surprise you how effective he was able to be, even with the limited snaps?
Nothing surprises me with Dex.
Regarding Dex, to do what he did last week and to, you know, play, and obviously he's not 100%. Guys know he's not 100%. What kind of message does that send to the rest of the unit? I mean, does that help kind of lift everybody else?
Sure it does. Sure it does. I mean, if you and Dex were walking into someplace, wouldn't you feel a lot more confident walking in with him than without him? I mean, that's who he is. Thank you.
What did you think of Banks' play the other night?
I thought it was awesome. I thought it was awesome. He is just growing and growing and growing every week, you know, as a corner, and starting to see things faster than what he has seen him before, and you're starting to see that in his play. I love the fact that he had 12 tackles, because I challenged him all week on making some tackles. I said, you're going to keep getting tested out there until you start tackling people. So I thought he stepped up and played really well.
How much different are the Saints than Green Bay as far as what they do schematically? Completely
different. Completely different. And it's who they have in the game. This is like free advertisement, isn't it? Is that good? We allowed to do that? Okay.
Why do you think Kayvon's play is resulting in production of big plays? You know, forced fumble, another sack, or half sack?
I think that's a great question. You know, we talked about it before, and I've thought about it even more. You know, I said that the guy has no ceiling. You know, remember me saying that before. And the reason why he doesn't have a ceiling, because he doesn't allow himself to have a ceiling. He's in here working every day. He and Drew are, in there watching tape of, from everything from A to Z, because that's what he does. He's dropping in coverage, and they handle all that. And so I can't say enough about his work ethic, and he has that knack. To me, he's a finisher at the football, whether it's a sack, strip sack, or like the play you saw on Monday night. We had Love held up, and he dug the ball out. And he's a thing where he's leading the defense. He's a vocal leader out there. And like I already said, it's crazy because the guy's only 22 years old. He's becoming that football savant in the NFL, where he sees things before they happen. He knows what's coming, and that's a testament to, like I said, he and Drew Wilkins, and how hard they study the game, and it's fun to watch.
Where do you see the biggest jump in his play this year, like on the field? Like what is it that he's improved on that you think has allowed him to do that?
I just think that he is the biggest jump.
Technique?
Yeah, it's definitely technique. I think it's also, that rookie year, how their body wears down. I'm not saying rookie wall, if anybody says that. Their body wears down because they go from their summer, their last year in college, all through the fall. They go right into training for the combine. They come right here for OTAs. There's never a break. And even the break that they have when we all break at the end, it's shorter. And then it's a season longer than anything they've ever experienced that first year. So when there was a break finally, I think he recovered right, and he worked out. He attacked his workouts even harder because he had that break, where he could do it. It wasn't just constant. And, I just, like I said, I just think the guy's a finisher at everything he does. So whatever his challenge that he gives himself or we give him, he accepts it, and he attacks it.
Is his ability to kind of see things before they happen, you mentioned that, is that something he's always had, or is it just because he's watching so much film and growing into it?
I think it's a little bit of both. He made a lot of plays in college, so I think that, you see a guy like that, and I told you he's an old soul guy that he's really worked hard, and we're all starting to see the rewards of how hard he's worked.
It's a big picture question, but there's been this new focus on the hip drop tackles. Just where do you stand on those, and do you think that they should be penalized?
Obviously not on my hip. I don't know how you coach it. I really don't. So, I don't even want to. I don't make the rules. We just try to play by them. So it doesn't. I don't think Roger's going to call me up and say, "What do you think, Wink?" Before they pass the vote. I know that you don't want to see anybody get hurt, but also, being a defensive coach, sometimes it's a natural thing that happens. That it's there's no ill intent. It's just a natural thing that happens when somebody's running away from you, especially somebody bigger and you're smaller. You just try to get the guy down. Football's a dangerous sport. We all know that. And do I want to make it? Do you want to make it safe as you can be? Yes. So, but it'll be interesting to see how they officiate it.